Ja, und damit herzlich willkommen zurück zur Null Serie. Wir sind bei dem 28. Spiel der Reihe Intruder. Ja, wir sind kurz vor dem Ende, aber wenn ihr mit diesem Spiel reinstartet in diese Serie, keine Sorge, man kann hier jedes Spiel auch für sich genommen nehmen. Jedes Spiel hat so ein bisschen seine eigene Story. Aber ja, es ist eine Spielreihe, die aus insgesamt 30 plus Spielen besteht. Und wir sind jetzt kurz vorm Ende. Und es ist eine Visual Novel, ein Visual Novel Style Game mit sehr vielen verschiedenen Multiversen, Zeitreisen und alles und überhaupt. Und ja, es ist sehr wir und es sind sehr, sehr viele Charaktere unterwegs. Aber ja, ohne weitere Umschweife, lasst uns direkt reinstarten mit diesem Spiel der Reihe Intruder. Wir haben hier auch wieder eine Mirals Menschen und ein bisschen Cut-Content, also viel Bonus-Content, wenn wir hier durch sind. Aber erstmal ein normales Playthrough. New Game. Kill the past stand da gerade. Unter dem Menü. The distinction between past, present and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion. Albert Einstein. Das kommt halt drauf an, aus welcher Perspektive man das Ganze betrachtet. Für uns nicht. Ja. Jack. Jack! Good. You finally opened your eyes. I looked around me just to find myself floating in a red liquid. Tutorial. Click to inspect. When the mouse arrow icon turns to the hand icon, that means the object can be inspected. Tutorial. Click on a character's mouth to talk. Wir kriegen neue Game-Mechaniken kurz vor Ende der Spielreihe. Nice. Tutorial. Talking often progresses the main story and skips optional dialogue. Okay, also wir gucken uns erstmal um, bevor wir auf den Mund klicken. The sky? It's completely red. What the hell is this liquid? It's not water. It smells metallic. A strange woman with short, dark blue hair and red eyes is staring at me with a cold expression. Is she sitting on water? Okay, das gehört auch zum Sky. I guess viel mehr gibt's hier gerade nicht anzugucken. Where am I? Who the hell are you? The question is not who or where, but rather when. What? It's over, Jack. You failed. You failed your mission. What do you mean? What the hell are you talking about? What mission? You really don't remember, huh? Must be nice, suppressing your failures as if they never happened. Ignorance is truly humanity's greatest gift. What? Okay. Stop freaking with me and help me out. Get me out of this liquid. And take you where? This place, this ocean of blood and regret is all that's left. All that is left of our world. What? Listen to me, Jack. Your failure caused the ultimate paradox. The ultimate error from which there is no return. No more continues. No more reloads. This is a game over. Game over? That said, we might have lost the battle, but the war is far from over. Hast du gerade gesagt, es gibt keine Continues mehr? Hast du nicht gerade gesagt, es ist alles ultimativ vorbei? Aber es ist noch nicht vorbei. You need to do this, Jack. You need to play this game one last time. Ich dachte, es gibt keine Reloads. You need to kill the past. Was hat die Vergangenheit mir getan? Jack! 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 I suddenly opened my eyes just to find myself sitting in an office. In front of me stood a very familiar woman. Olivia? Are you okay? Huh? You were talking in your sleep, Jack. Did you have a bad dream? I'm fine. This is where we store past cases. Don't be fooled by the number of folders. Most of the cases we get are about spousal infidelity or alimonies. Nothing really exciting. But now that I look at it, doesn't this shelf look odd? I could swear it was placed near the window. Did Olivia move the furniture around? Ja klar, sie hat ganze Schränke verschoben, während du nicht da warst. Was man halt so macht. Ansonsten kann ich hier, glaube ich, nichts anklicken. Nee, ihr seht auch meinen Mauszeiger nicht. Also ihr könnt auch gar nicht sehen, wo ich genau drauf zeige. Vielleicht sollte ich das mal für dieses Spiel aktivieren. Scheint ganz sinnig hier zu sein, wenn man verschiedene Sachen sucht. Okay, jetzt geht's. Olivia is wearing a black tie. It's a part of our agency's official uniform. I'm wearing the same thing, by the way. Except for the skirt. My thighs are too chubby for that. If you say so. Here? You can see the west side of the city from here. It's a pretty nice view, I won't lie. Ich glaube, das war alles. Oder hier? Ne, das ist genau das gleiche. Ja gut, Olivia. Jack, I need you to focus. We have a guest. A guest? Who the hell is that? A girl with long white hair and purple eyes suddenly stood in front of me. She was looking me up and down like I was an exotic animal in the zoo. This is Athena. She claims she has a job for us. A job? I turned my gaze back to the girl when she suddenly approached me and placed her hands on my cheeks. You're Jack Dawson, aren't you? Huh? You're really him. What's going on? Do you know Jack? No, this is the first time we meet each other. But I heard a lot about him. The girl spoke after letting out a sigh and stepping away from me. I apologize for my behavior. I hope this doesn't negatively affect your decision to accept my request. We don't usually take requests from high schoolers. Oh. Don't be rude, Jack. Let's at least hear her out. Thank you, Detective Galanis. I desperately need your help finding someone. Someone I can't seem to locate. Who? My father. Did he go missing, or are you just trying to reconnect with your old man? Both. Huh? My father went missing before I was even born. So he knocked up your mom and ran away, huh? Jack! I apologize on his behalf. He can be pretty insensitive sometimes. It's fine, Detective Dawson is right. My father is a piece of human trash. I have no love for him. But then why do you want us to find him? It's not my desire, but rather my mom's. She's dying, and seeing him again is her final wish in this world. Könnte ich mir auch sehr gut vorstellen, dass die Mutter einfach nur will, dass die Tochter dann zumindest ein Familienmitglied hat, aber keine Ahnung. Manchmal sind das ja so komische Sachen. She's wearing a high school uniform. She must be out of town, because I had never seen this uniform before. That, or she just likes to wear school uniforms for fun. I know a certain girl who's like that. If you're looking for a missing person, then why not go to the police? I did, but they couldn't help me. My father has been missing for almost 2 decades. He's considered legally dead. They won't reopen his case without concrete evidence. I see, but then what do you expect us to do? If you haven't noticed yet, we are a pretty small detective agency. We don't really handle missing people reports. Especially people who've been missing for decades. I'm afraid Jack is right, Athena. I don't know how we can help you. I do. Huh? Okay, sprich weiter. During my search a few weeks ago, I ran into an old acquaintances of my father. This person claims they last saw my father heading to a certain village. Unlike every other piece of information I gathered, this one is pretty fresh. If this person is telling the truth, then my father could still be at that village. Wow, that's pretty good news. Did you check the village? Not yet. That's why I'm here. I would like to request you accompany me to that village. Why do you need us for that? Just take the train or something. I'm sure even a high schooler can manage a short trip. I would if the village I need to go to wasn't Jara Village. Jara Village? The same village from the cult massacre case 20 years ago? I'm afraid so. There haven't been any other incidents since then, but there are still many weird rumors about that place. You want us to serve as your bodyguards or something? The cops refuse to listen to me, and beside them, only private detectives are allowed to carry firearms. You guys are my last hope. I understand the cult massacre incident was pretty brutal, but aren't you being overly dramatic? The incident was 20 years ago. Everyone involved is either dead or locked up. Jack, Athena's a young girl. It's quite normal for her to be scared to go there alone. Then she can just go with a friend or family member. The village is only 30 minutes away by train. I don't have friends, and the only family member I have is my mom. She's too sick to leave her bed. Jack. If it's money you require, I'm willing to sell my mother's jewelry to cover the cost of your services. If that's not enough, then I'm willing to work for you. Please, I'll do anything. Jack! Olivia looked at me again with pleading eyes. I can see tears forming at the edges of her eyes. Jesus Christ! Wenn jeder Kunde uns so berappeln kann, dann werden wir nie Geld verdienen mit dieser Detektei. Fine. I guess we can take a day off and go with you to the village. Thank you very much, detectives. Athena thanked us with a slight smile decorating her face. But it was Olivia who looked the most thrilled about this odd turn of events. She quickly packed a small bag and threw it in the car. Athena followed us quietly and took the back seat. I usually prefer to drive, but there was something I wanted to check, so I gave Olivia the keys and took the passenger seat. A few minutes later, we were on the way. Everything okay, Jack? You've been quiet for a while now. Olivia spoke while keeping her eyes on the road. You can't see it from here, but Athena is sitting right behind me. Unless I turn my head at a sharp angle, I won't be able to see her. I wonder if she's doing it on purpose. Meins, sie sitzt einfach auf der rechten Seite hinten. Ich weiß nicht, es könnte auch einfach Zufall sein. I can see the sun setting out in the distance. There's no way we can reach the village before sundown. But since we are traveling by car, nightfall shouldn't be a problem. Ich glaube, das war's. Viel mehr können wir hier nicht abchecken, oder? Hier. Ja, ist auch Sunsetting. Ja, gut. The way the seatbelt is going between Olivia's enormous breasts is incredibly erotic. I find my eyes naturally drawn to it. Okay. Weiß ich nicht. Wäre jetzt nicht so mein Gedanke. Aber okay, wie du meinst, Game. Fanservice. Fine, I was just looking up a few things about our destination. Jara Village? Why? I don't know, I felt like I read an article about it a few months ago. Something about an initiative. Turns out I was right. The mayor and the village council have started what they call the Second Chance Initiative. Huh? What's that? It's exactly what the name suggests. A reintegration initiative. People with dark pasts and irredeemable actions can move to the village and start brand new. A clean slate. They even offer employment and free housing. No records keeping either. A true second chance at life. Second chance? Do you think that's why Athena's father went there? It's possible. According to the kid, her father abandoned his wife and unborn child. Und diese Unterhaltung kann sie komplett mitbekommen, weil sie gerade hinter uns sitzt. Das ist so awkward. I won't be surprised if he's done other terrible shit he'll like to leave behind. What do you think, Athena? Could this be the reason your father went to Jara village? Olivia spoke while looking at the rearview mirror. I don't know, Athena replied while looking away. I see. Still, I think this is a really nice gesture, helping people turn their lives around and creating a brighter future. Ja, sofern es die Leute denn auch wirklich verdient haben und auch Anstalten dazu machen, sag ich mal, ein normales Leben führen zu wollen. Ist immer situationsbedingt, ne? What do you think, Jack? Ich kann das halt nicht so in schwarz-weiß sehen. Das ist... Grundsätzlich ist es eine gute Idee, aber es wäre naiv zu sagen, dass es eine gute Idee wäre für jeden Menschen. Weil es gibt halt böse Menschen da draußen. Es gibt auch böse Menschen da draußen, die anderen Böses antun wollen. Und die solche Situationen ausnutzen würden. Und tendenziell sind das halt eher die Leute, von denen man schon in der Vergangenheit wusste, dass sie etwas Böses getan haben. Es gibt natürlich auch die Leute, die in der Vergangenheit was Böses getan haben und es übelst bereuen. Und die jetzt so eine zweite Chance vielleicht verdienen würden. Deswegen ist es schwierig einzuschätzen. Aber ja, sagen wir erstmal jetzt nice. Wir sind ja alles liebe und vertrauenswürdige und vertrauensvolle Menschen. I can't lie, this is actually not a terrible idea. Many people feel stuck and cornered in life, so moving to the countryside and doing honest work might actually help. Exactly. This will also help the Jara village be seen as more than that horrific cult case 20 years ago. A win-win situation for all. Ich frage mich nur, wer für die ganzen Kosten aufkommt. Weil Free Housing ist free für die Leute, die es beziehen. Aber irgendwer muss ja dafür bezahlen. I let out a sigh as I closed my eyes. I guess it doesn't matter whether this whole initiative thing is genuine or not. We're not here to pass judgment. We're here to simply escort a kid to confront her deadbeat father. Nothing more, nothing less. A half an hour or so later, we arrived at the end of the line. We expected the need to hike for a while to reach the village. But in no way in hell did we expect this. What kind of Resident Evil style village is this? Jack, what's happening? Where did this fog come from? Doch a Silent Hill? I don't know. Let's just go back to the car. What? Sorry, kid, it's night. We are isolated and I'm not getting any phone signal. No! I'm not leaving without my father. Jesus Christ, wir können auch einfach einen anderen Tag wiederkommen. Ist ja jetzt nicht so, als wären wir 2 Tage gefahren. Das ist eine halbe Stunde mit dem Zug. Der ist es mit dem, also wenn es in Deutschland wäre, wäre es wahrscheinlich nur 10 Minuten mit dem Auto. Aber je nachdem, wo das ist, könnte das eventuell schon eine Stunde mit dem Auto sein. Kommt auf das Land an und wie effizient die Züge da sind. Jack. Don't look at me, Olivia. This place looks like a literal nightmare. Like the setting for a horror game. We'll be back when it's daylight. No! There is no time! It needs to be tonight. The hell you're on about, kid? I locked eyes with Athena awaiting her answer when suddenly... Who are you? What are you guys doing here? A girl with short red hair and green eyes suddenly stood in front of us with a confused look on her face. Who are you? The name is Vega. Oder Vega? What are you doing standing here? I exchanged a quick look with Olivia and then spoke. We are here to visit someone. Is that so? We're here for my father. Athena suddenly interrupted, completely freaking up my plan. Your father? Oh, you must be Athena. How do you know my name? Your father is expecting you. Really? Yes, please follow me. The red-haired girl then turned around and started leading Athena towards the village. Wait a damn second! I quickly grabbed the strange woman by her arm. Is there a problem? How can her father be expecting her? She never told him she was coming. Hell, the two of them never even met. The father knows all. Past, present, future. What? What does that mean? It's not my place to explain. If you want to meet him, then follow me. Otherwise, leave. Thank you for everything, detectives, but I'll take it from here. Have a safe trip home. Athena? Athena didn't reply. Instead, she turned around and started following after the red-haired woman. Jack, we need to do something. We can't just let her go. Ich denke mal, wenn wir hier refusen, wird es erstmal zu einem schlechten Ende führen. Deswegen mache ich das mal. Refuse. Jack? The job is over, Olivia. She doesn't even want us here anymore. I spoke as I pointed at the disappearing figure of the high school girl. But Jack, look around. This place looks creepy as hell. Maybe, but this isn't our problem anymore. She made it clear that she doesn't require our services. As far as I care, this little unpaid work is over. Let's go home, Olivia. We have bills to pay. Das ist ja das, was ich sagte. Olivia was reluctant, alternating her gaze between me and the disappearing figure of the kid. Eventually, she listened to reason and followed me to the car. I turned on the engine and made a U-turn. Our job is over. Whatever is going on in that village is no concern of ours. Whatever will happen to the kid and her father is none of our business. We are detectives. Private detectives. We are not paid to care. We are not paid to save the world. Okay. Save the world ist ein bisschen überschlagen, ne? Wir wissen ja nicht mal, was abgeht. Ending A. Abandoned daughter. Okay. Go after Athena. Fine, let's go. I gave Olivia a slight nod as I followed after the kid. This is too much trouble for a job that won't even get us paid. But Olivia seems to have a soft spot for the kid, probably something to do with her own family situation. Not to mention, it's kinda hard to say no to her when she gives me that sad look. This is gonna be a long night. After walking up a dirt road, we finally arrived to what looked like the village square. However, we weren't alone. A bunch of people were gathered here. Das sieht ein bisschen aus wie Barovia aus The Curse of Strahd. Mit irgendwie aber auch ein bisschen asiatischen Aspekten, wenn man so den Turm hier betrachtet. What's with the crowd? Similar to you, they're here for the father. The red-haired girl spoke with a low voice. Didn't know that B-word was so popular. You say interesting things, detective? The red-haired woman walked away and took her place among the crowd. Meanwhile, the kid was looking around with a picture in her hand, trying to spot her father. What do we do now, Jack? Should we help her search? No need. All of these weirdos are here to see her dead. The B-word will show up sooner or later. Manchmal frage ich mich, ob die Charaktere absichtlich so dense sind. Es ist doch jetzt schon, ich glaube, jedem von uns offensichtlich, was hier gerade abgeht. Also, und sie hat ja, also, diese Vega hat ja auch nicht gesagt for her father, sondern for the father. Es ist der Vater. So würde kein normaler Mensch reden. Das ist ganz offensichtlich ein Kultleader. Jesus. Oh. Olivia spoke as she gave me a slight nod and faced the crowd. It's quiet, the crowd, though. Athena's father must be really beloved by the village people. These freaks are no villagers, Olivia. Huh? What do you mean? Look at them. Most of these weirdos never did a day of hard labor in their life. I doubt they even been to a village before. I don't know. Some of them look in a pretty good shape, Jack. Maybe, but they still look out of place. I have to guess they haven't been here for more than a few hours. So you're saying all of these people came from outside the village just to meet Athena's dad? Pretty creepy, huh? As soon as the kid does her thing, we're out of here. This place is giving me the chills. I let out another sigh as I started looking around when suddenly the crowd went silent. They all suddenly froze in place as they turned their gaze to an approaching figure. I made my way through the crowd in order to get a better view when the figure suddenly stopped and emerged from the shadows. What the hell? Yahoo, yahoo! Hapiness here! But you can call me Pai-chan for short. I'm Ri-chan. What, children? Welcome to Jara Village, everyone. I'm sure you're all dying to meet Father, but I'm afraid I have some bad news. We won't be able to make it tonight. Oder he? He. Okay, he won't be able. Sorry, everyone. Oder sorry. Sorry, everyone. Was ist das denn für ein Typ? The hell you mean he's not coming? A man with a shaved head and sunglasses spoke as he made his way through the crowd. Calm down, Mr. Chico. Father sent us here in his place, so we'll take care of everything, okay? We're his daughters after all, right, Ri-chan? Okay, very funny. Now go home and tell your daddy that we are waiting for him. A man with blonde hair and blue eyes spoke with a smile on his face. Oh, I'm afraid this is no joke, Mr. Liu. Ri-chan and I are really the hosts of this initiative. Huh? How do you know my name? Leave them alone, fancy suit. They look so adorable. Go on, little cuties. Tell us all about your daddy's initiative. A woman with short black hair suddenly spoke, urging the little girls to continue. Father chose some interesting candidates, didn't he, Ri-chan? Alright, pay attention, everyone. We'll only explain this once. You're all here tonight because you want to get into heaven. Father's heaven. You're all seeking a way to leave your past behind and start a new life.
A life free of guilt, regrets, and suffering. And a brand new existence and a true second chance. Am I right?
The whole crowd's attention was suddenly focused on the little girls. I could see a few of them even nodding their heads.
Well, the good news is that everyone here has an equal chance of being accepted into Father's initiative. The bad news, though, is that not everyone will be able to. In fact, judging by my calculation, only one of you will be accepted.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, only one?
A girl with blonde hair and green eyes suddenly spoke with a dejected look on her face.
I'm afraid so, Annie-chan. A true second chance is never given, but rather earned. If you want Father's gift, then you must prove that you deserve it. You must prove that you're worthy of this heaven. Anyone can proclaim they're gonna change. Anyone can move to some faraway place and start a new life, a new identity. In fact, every person standing here has done so. Yet you're all here. You're all here desperately seeking Father's help. You must have realized it, didn't you? You're all prisoners. You're all prisoners of your own past. A change of location, a change of name, or of identity won't do a jack shite. Oh, no cursing, Oni-chan. Sorry. What I'm trying to say is that the price of true redemption isn't cheap.
I see. So your father is asking for donations, huh?
Don't be silly, Mr. Liu. Father has no need for your money or any other compensation. He simply requires your dedication, your strength, and your resolve. He simply wants you to prove that you're worthy of what he's offering.
How the hell are we supposed to prove that?
It's quite simple, Mr. Chigo. You simply need to win the Intruder game. Intruder game? Each and every one of you will be given an ankle monitor. A small device that will be permanently attached to your ankle and continuously tracks your vital signs. The game is rather simple. Whoever collects 9 ankle monitors first wins. Everyone else automatically loses. The winner will get to meet Father and receive his blessing. Everyone else will be rejected.
Huh? Is this some sort of joke? You really expect us to play a silly game just to meet this father of yours?
These are the rules, Mr. Chigo.
Frick these rules. I'm out. Chigo snorted and started walking away when suddenly...
You can't leave.
What? The little girl calling herself Richan suddenly stood in front of Chigo, blocking his path.
I'm afraid she's right, Mr. Chigo. Leaving the village won't be possible until the game is over.
Like I said, I want nothing to do with this nonsense. Your father can go to hell for all I care. Chigo adjusted his sunglasses and reached his arm to push Richan out of his way when... The little girl flicked her finger, sending Chigo flying through the air and into a glass window. Everyone suddenly froze in place as they watched Chigo holding his body in pain.
No cursing. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Richan can be a little bit cranky when it's past her bedtime.
Richan let out a cough and spoke.
Okay, moving on. There's one last thing I forgot to mention. In order to collect an ankle monitor, you must take it from another participant. However, the ankle monitor is tightly attached to the body, so removing it using conventional means is simply impossible. It can be only unlocked if the monitoring chip ceases to receive any vital signals from the participant.
Are you saying...
Yes, Vega-chan. In order to acquire another participant's ankle monitor, they first need to die.
Naja, oder das Bein muss abgeschnitten werden, weil dann kriegt das Ding auch keine Mitteilungen mehr. Ist besser als zu sterben. Another long silence filled the place as everyone looked down in contemplation, trying to process everything they've just been told. Olivia turned her gaze at me with confusion and fear in her eyes, while Athena looked down in disbelief. Similar looks decorated the face of the other people. What the hell is going on? This whole situation is getting more freaked up by the second. I leaned over to Olivia and spoke. Get the kid. We're getting the hell out of here. Olivia gave me a slight nod, approached Athena and urged her to follow us when suddenly...
Detective Dawson? Leaving so soon, huh, Detective?
The moment the girl spoke my name, everyone turned their heads and faced us. I stared back at them and spoke. I don't know what's happening here, and I frankly don't give a shit. You guys can kill each other all you want, have at it. This doesn't concern us, so we're leaving.
Oh, but it does concern you, Jack. It concerns you very much.
Huh?
Everyone, may I have your attention? I'd like to introduce you all to the private detective Jack Dawson. Unlike everyone here, he's no candidate. He's no participant. He's an intruder.
Intruder? The girl calling herself Pichan came closer until she was standing next to me. She then faced the whole crowd and spoke.
You're all sinners seeking a path to a brighter tomorrow. But on your journey towards redemption, towards the future, Jack is your biggest hurdle. If you're all demons seeking a second chance, then Jack is the devil. A person with no redemption, with no future, no regrets. He's the devil, standing in your way to heaven. Father's heaven.
What do you mean? Ich wollte gerade gehen.
If you want to have any chance at winning this game, at receiving Father's blessing and being accepted into the initiative, then the devil must be purged. The devil must be eliminated. The intruder must die. So the final rule is as follows. For the game to be over, one of you must go around collect 9 ankle bracelets, thus winning the game. Or you can bypass every other rule and automatically win the game by simply doing one thing. Eliminate the intruder and purge its evil from this world. Kill Jack. Jack?
Everyone's attention was focused solely on me. Some of them looked confused, others conflicted, while a few of them had a hungry desire in their eyes. A desire for violence, a desire for blood. I crave violence!
Jack!
Olivia suddenly shouted as a few participants suddenly picked up shovels, axes, and other farming tools lying around, and then starting walking towards me. I faced the approaching mob and spoke. I see. So that's all it takes. Just a few words from a little girl, and you're ready to take a human life. Just like that, huh? The armed participants didn't say a single word, but instead continued walking my way.
No! Let go of me! Let go of me!
Olivia shouted as she tried to run to my side, but Athena and Vega held her back, probably trying to protect her from being collateral. I closed my eyes, sighed deeply, and took out my pistol. Fine. If you insist on making me a devil, then I accept. I'll be your devil. So come forward, cowards. Come forward and kill me. End of prologue. I opened my eyes just to find myself in a completely different place. How did I get here? Last thing I remember, I was facing those armed freaks when... Wait, Olivia! I looked around me, but she was nowhere to be seen. If I'm out here, that means she's all alone with those monsters. I need to find her. I need to find her before it's too late. The moment that realization hit me, another horrific revelation presented itself. Not only did I have an ankle monitor strapped to my left ankle, but my gun was missing too. I started searching for it when suddenly I found a folded piece of paper in my pocket. The hell is this? I unfolded the paper and started reading. Sorry, detective, but weapons are procured on site only. The note wasn't signed, nor did I have any identification, but judging by the childish handwriting and that weird emoji, I think I know who wrote it. It's gotta be them. The creepy little girl took my weapon. I'm guessing they didn't want me to have an unfair advantage in their sick game. Ich weiß nicht, ob das so unfair ist, wenn man 1 gegen 9 ist oder wie viele das auch immer sind. I looked around me once again. I couldn't sense anyone nearby, but it was only a matter of time before I ran into one of those psychos. If I'm going to find Olivia and escape this nightmare, then I need something to protect myself with. Some weapon I could use. I need to search around. Main objective. Find a weapon. Objective. A metal drum. It looks a bit rusty and neglected. At the top of the drum there's a small opening. It's too dark to see what's inside, but my hand would probably fit through the opening. Should I shove my hand inside? Nachdem wir einmal gespeichert haben, kannst du das gerne tun. Shove hand inside. Okay, let's do this. I took a deep breath and put my hand inside the rusty drum. A strange slimy liquid greeted my fingertips, but I ignored it and kept wiggling my hand inside the container. Wait, there's something in here. I grabbed the strange object and pulled it out of the drum. Item found, combat knife. What the hell? A knife? What is it doing here? Looks pretty sharp too. I tightly grabbed the handle, took a fighting stance, and made a few swings. It has been a while since I used a combat knife, but this should do nicely. Still, I should find a backup weapon just in case. I looked around ready to continue searching when suddenly... A loud scream suddenly broke through the silence. Olivia! I quickly took off running in the direction of the scream. I kept running north until someone suddenly appeared in front of me. There you are, detective. You? Where's Olivia? Olivia? Oh, you mean that cute little partners of yours? Where the frick is she? Talk! I'm afraid I have no idea, detective. You're the one I'm interested in after all. What? That was an impressive speech you made back there. The way you stood up to those losers without a hint of fear and worry in your eyes. It's a complete contrast to how you're acting right now. Is it because of her? Because of this Olivia? Tell me, detective, why do you care so much about this girl? What makes her so special? Go play your little mind games with someone who cares. Frick off! I walked past the creep in a suit and pushed him out of the way. I need to keep searching for Olivia. She must be around here somewhere. But not more than just a few steps later, another person stood up in front of me, blocking my path. Who the hell are you? A woman with short brown hair and wearing a lab coat stared at me with a cold look on her face. The hell are you? You're not the only person who came to this village with a hot piece of a detective. This is Julie, my partner. The moment the man in the suit said that, he walked behind me and stopped. See, they are trying to block any means of escape. So, this is your plan, huh? Killing me and automatically winning the sick game. You're no different than the other freaks after all.
Nothing personal, detective.
The woman in a lab coat spoke as she started closing the distance between us. Bring it on, psychos. I'm not going down easy. I spoke as I took out the knife I found while assuming a fighting stance. Really? A knife? The little girl scattered all kinds of weapons across the village, and all you found is a little knife? I'm very, very disappointed, detective. A knife is still better than being unarmed like you, Suit. True, true. I'm completely unarmed. But... The creep in the suit suddenly looked behind me. I quickly turned my gaze to where he was looking, just to be greeted by an incredible sight. Jesus Christ. Wenn das aber eine AWP ist, damit schießt du nicht mal eben so schnell. Tada! What do you think? Pretty impressive, huh, detective? But wait, the surprise don't end here. You see, little Julie here isn't your average little nerd. While little girls her age were playing with dolls and having tea parties, little Julie was going hunting every week with her late father. Needless to say, you won't be her first prey. Eine AWP ist aber auch schon ein bisschen anderes als so eine Sniper-Rifle. Also es mag zwar sein, dass man auf gut Glück und auf dieser Distanz trifft, aber das Ding wird einen Rückstoß geben ohne Ende, ey. Also im Vergleich zu einer Hunting-Rifle ist das nichts. Umgekehrt. Egal. Eine Hunting-Rifle ist da gegen nichts. The woman in the lab coat suddenly lifted her sniper rifle and pointed it at me. I'm afraid this is the end of the line, detective. Any last words you want me to pass on to your cute partner? I took a deep breath and closed my eyes. I then let out a deep sigh and spoke. Amateurs. Huh? I took the advantage of this moment of confusion and jumped through the window of a nearby house. Shit! After him! The woman with the sniper rifle quickly walked inside the house and started searching while pointing her gun. The house was a simple village home with no other exits. In other words, escape is not an option. Solange einer die Tür bewacht, ja. Fine, let's do this. I grabbed a glass bottle and threw it at the other side of the room. The woman fell for the bait and fired a shot. My turn. Not wasting a single second, I came out of hiding and jumped forward with the knife in my hand. Surprised by my sudden attack, the woman hesitated for a second before pointing a rifle at me. I grabbed her weapon with both hands and quickly disarmed her. The sniper rifle slid on the ground and away from her reach. What? Impossible! The woman in the white coat quickly reached for the sidearm ready to shoot me in the head, but then... I grabbed my knife, stabbed it through her chest and kicked her through a glass window. The woman fell to the ground motionless. You freaking monster! Lou shouted as he lunged himself towards the sniper rifle, picked it up and pointed it at me while lying on the ground. I'll kill you! I freaking kill you! I approached the man on the ground and spoke. Go ahead, Lou, pull the trigger. Kill me and end this game once and for all. Isn't this what you want? Isn't this why you hunted me down? Isn't this why you want me dead? Your very own ticket to heaven is right in front of you. So come on, Lou, claim your precious reward. You dare mock me, you freaking monster! Lou shouted in anger as he pulled the trigger. But the gun refused to fire. What? What the hell is happening? Why isn't it firing? This is why I called you amateurs. Not only do you think going hunting is enough to master such a weapon, but you don't even know what kind of weapon you found. What you're holding in your hands is an AVM model. A bolt-action sniper rifle. What? Ja gut, aber gerade solche Dinger nimmt man eigentlich schon mit zum Handen. Meistens jedenfalls. Also kommt immer auf die Region an, natürlich. I grabbed the rifle from Lou's trembling hands and ejected the spent casing. I then cocked the firing pin, chambered a new round, and looked down at Lou. Bolt-action rifles need to be manually chambered after each shot. Treating them as if they were semi-automatic is an amateur mistake. I then lowered the rifle and aimed it at Lou's head. Oh, no, wait! I'm sorry! Look, it's not me. I was just playing the game. I'm a victim in all of this, just like you. I won't bother you anymore, I swear! Please have mercy in your heart. I just wanted to go to heaven. Spare my life, please! Jetzt wird's ja spannend. Straight up würde ich erstmal alle Gefahren ausschalten. Also, bum. Heaven has no place for you. Naja, oder wir bringen ihn jetzt halt eben richtig zum Heaven, ne? Je nachdem. I chambered another round in the rifle and started walking away when suddenly someone approached me while clapping. I lifted my gaze to them as they emerged from the fog. I'm glad that prick is dead. You're that girl from earlier. I spoke as I quickly lifted the rifle and aimed at her. There's no need for that, darling. The name is Naomi. I'm both unarmed and on your side. Huh? I've been watching your little fight, and I gotta say, that was freaking incredible. I never saw someone move that fast in my life, and the way you disarmed that girl so effortlessly. It's simply amazing. My heart is beating so fast right now. I don't have time for this. Wait! The girl with short black hair suddenly stood before me, blocking my path. Get out of my way. I have a proposal for you, darling. An alliance. What? You've seen it with your own two eyes, darling. Alliances are being formed in this game. Every participant is seeking a partner to fight alongside them and increase their chance of winning. Not interested. I already have a partner. Of course you do. Olivia, right? She's very pretty. But she's missing right now, darling, and you need someone to watch your back while you search for her. Come on, it's the only way to survive this game. Find someone else. Huh? I'm not interested in playing this sick game. Me neither, darling. Huh? Came to this village seeking a new lease on life. A new beginning, a second chance. But a heaven that requires you to murder random people is no heaven at all. This whole place is a hellish nightmare. A terrible mistake. I want out, darling. And together we can accomplish that. Together we can find that pretty partner of yours and escape this cursed village once and for all. Nice speech, but do you honestly expect me to trust you? I do, darling. I really do. The moment the strange woman said that, she smiled and stuck out her hand for a handshake. Please take my hand, darling. Let's escape this nightmare together. Nö, wir gehen erstmal den absolut Solo-Round Wolf. Ja, Solo-Wolf-Round Wolf. Way. Like I said, I'm not interested. Trust no one. Keep to yourself. Darling? Olivia is my partner. No one else. The woman calling herself Naomi looked at me with a sad look on her face when suddenly a faint weeping caught my ears. I quickly turned my gaze to the origin of the sound just to be greeted by an incredible sight. Julie? Father!
The sniper girl. She's still alive.
I quickly kneeled down and tore a piece of her coat.
What are you doing?
She's losing a lot of blood. I need to stop the bleeding before she goes into hypovolemic shock.
But didn't she try to kill you, darling?
Ja, das dachte ich mir auch gerade so. Und du hast einen anderen gerade einfach mitten ins Gesicht geschossen, also.
Why are you helping her?
She could have shot me from far away, yet she waited until we were face to face. She fought like an honorable soldier. She deserves to die as one. Was? I grabbed the piece of cloth, ready to press on her wound when... Das war halt einfach nur Dummheit aus ihrer Sicht. Weil ganz ehrlich, sie war ein verdammter Scharfschütze. Natürlich schießen die von weit weg. Das hat auch nichts damit zu tun, ehrenhaft oder sonst was zu sein. Du nimmst ja nicht ein Scharfschützengewehr und gehst damit in den Nahkampf. He suddenly pushed my arm away.
No. I see it now. I see the truth, Jack. I always thought his death was my punishment. My penance for betraying humanity. For selling my soul to the devil. But I was wrong. I was terribly wrong.
What are you talking about?
Ever since I was a little girl, I dreamed of being a pharmaceutical scientist. Doctors and nurses get all the praise and admiration, but in reality they do nothing but follow what they were taught. They prescribe the same medication, they carry out the same procedures, day after day, night after night. I wanted more. I wanted more than to preserve the status quo. I wanted to innovate, to create new treatments and new cures. I wanted to give hope to those who would otherwise perish and die.
Dann werd lieber Politiker. Die Pharmabranche ist wirklich kein Platz für solche Leute. Muss man leider sagen. Dafür muss erstmal das ganze politische System umreformt werden, damit das Effekt auf diese Branche heben kann. Weil als einzelner Pharmazeut kannst du überhaupt nichts machen. Da machst du auch nur deine Arbeit und stellst Medikamente her, die es schon seit keine Ahnung wie lange gibt. Da forscht man nicht nach neuen Medikamenten und selbst wenn, dann tut man das im Namen einer Firma, die diese Medikamente wahrscheinlich für horrende Summen verkaufen wird und ja, monetarisieren wird.
Yet I robbed them of their present. I once made promising progress towards finding a definite cure for Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. A disease that leads to a certain death within a year. I was on the brink of an amazing achievement. My research was denied funding. Pharmaceutical companies don't care about cures, especially for a disease that only affects 1 out of a million people worldwide. An unprofitable investment, my boss called it.
Genau das, was ich gesagt habe.
So I obediently nodded my head and focused on other research. I was making so much money at that company, I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to push back and risk the possibility of losing my job. I didn't want to freak my future. 9 years later, my father was diagnosed with Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. A sick cosmic joke. I watched him die in front of my very eyes.
Ja gut, da kannst du aber auch nichts zu. Es ist nicht so, dass man halt einfach sagen kann, als Pharmazeut, der irgendwo angestellt ist, jo, ich mache jetzt einfach weiter, ist mir egal, was ihr davon haltet. Da wird man gefeuert. So, und wenn man jetzt als unabhängiger Pharmazeut weiterarbeiten möchte, ja, dann braucht man erstmal Geld. Und das kostet sehr, sehr viel Geld. Und genau da ist das Problem mit dem Unprofitablen. Ja, niemand gibt dir Geld, es wird keine Sponsoren geben. Das heißt, wenn du nicht selber schon unendlich viel Geld hast, dass du einfach, böse gesagt, aus dem Fenster rauswerfen kannst, bringt das nichts. Aus dem Fenster rauswerfen ist ja deswegen ein bisschen fies, weil man arbeitet ja für die richtige Sache. Aber trotzdem so oder so, es verbrennt halt sehr viel Geld, diese Forschung. Und ich weiß auch generell nicht, ob man als unabhängiger Pharmazeut überhaupt das ganze Equipment und sonst was bekommt. Weil das unterliegt ja auch allen gewissen Richtlinien und Regularien. Deswegen, also, ist schwierig.
I stood there motionless as the spark of light slowly left his decaying body. I killed him. I killed my beloved. Jack, I understand now. I understand why I came here. Why our paths crossed. This isn't heaven. It never was. This is hell. And you, Jack, you're the demon sent here to torment me. You are my punishment.
Ich hab doch gar nichts getan. Ich hab mich nur verteidigt. Was willst du eigentlich von mir? Julie suddenly reached her hand and touched my face.
Jack, tell me, is it over? Is my punishment complete? Do I get to see my father now? Do I get to go hunting with him again? Jack, did I do right this time? Did I kill the past?
The moment Julie said that, her hand dropped to the ground and her consciousness faded into obscurity. She was gone. Gone on a journey with no return. I closed her hollow dead eyes and stood back on my feet. But that's when the ankle monitor that was once firmly attached to her ankle suddenly detached and broke into pieces. I bent down and picked up the small LED monitor, the only piece that was still intact. The screen displayed one word, obtained. I see. So that's how you're supposed to collect these ankle bracelets.
I thought you were not playing this game, darling.
I'm not, but leaving them lying around could mean someone else will pick them up, I replied as I shoved them in my pocket.
Darling, will you please reconsider my offer? You've seen how dangerous it is out here. You need my help. You need me.
I'll manage on my own. Naomi puffed her cheeks in annoyance as I walked past her and left. I continued walking north while searching for any signs of Olivia. My search continued for what felt like an eternity, but the only thing that greeted my eyes was the sight of violence and corpses littering the ground. But something was off about these corpses. Ich hoffe, du hast auch den Monitor von Lou mitgenommen. Naja. They were missing their left foot. The foot the ankle monitor would be attached to. Every time I saw a dead participant, I held my breath as I checked their faces. Luckily, none of them were Olivia. A few minutes later, I arrived at the outskirts of the village. Something about this road felt really off, almost as if multiple sets of eyes were watching me. I quickly lifted the sniper rifle and pointed it ahead while advancing slowly. I was ready of anything or anyone who could leap at me from the shadows. But the person who ultimately appeared wasn't what I expected. I've been waiting. A man wearing a wooden mask stood in front of me with a sword strapped to his back. Who the hell are you? A name means nothing on the battlefield. Oh, sehen Leute aus vergangenen Zeiten aber anders. Das kann ich dir sagen. You of all people should know that, Jack. I'm not playing here. Talk! Who the hell are you? I shouted as I faced the strange man. If name's that important to you, then you call me Night Owl. Night Owl? This isn't the first we meet, Jack. Believe it or not, but you and I share a strong bond. A bond thicker than blood. A bond? Sorry, creep, but I don't swing that way. You must be me confusing with someone else. Am I? Well, I suppose expecting you to recognize me from my voice alone was a bit of a stretch. My voice has changed a bit since our days at the agency. The agency? Are you a private detective too? No, Jack. I'm not talking about your current agency. I'm talking about the past. About the S4 intelligence agency. S4? You haven't forgotten about it, have you, Jack? Our previous place of employment, before you went soft and became a glorified gumshoe that is. Take off the freaking mask! I shouted as I pointed my rifle straight at his face. I'm glad I finally piqued your interest, but put that gun away, Jack. Firearms are the weapons of the weak and cowardly. A true warrior fights with a sword. The moment the creep said that, he picked up a sword that was down by his feet and threw it in front of me. Pick it up, Jack. Pick it up and fight me like a true warrior. Defeat me and I shall tell you everything you need, including the location of that silver-haired partner of yours. Olivia! What would it be, Jack? Fine, I replied as I threw my rifle and handgun on the ground. I kneeled down and picked up the sword in my hands. A sword is more than enough to kill you. Wonderful, wonderful. The masked man laughed for a second before unsheathing his sword and facing me. Let's do this, Jack. Let's do this one last time. The masked man suddenly jumped forward with incredible speed, attacking me from the right. Warte mal, er kommt von rechts. Von deinem rechts? Also kommt er von da. Dann müssten wir eigentlich nach links ausweichen. Aber einfach aus Spaß weichen wir mal nach rechts aus. I held tighter to my sword and dodged to the right. Unfortunately, that was the same direction he was attacking from. Yeah. I fricked up. I placed weight on my left leg trying to correct my mistake. But it was too late. The sword made contact with my body, cutting through my skin. Shit! I screamed in pain as I held my right. You've lost your edge, Jack. The man I know would have easily dodged that. Frick you! Don't worry, this is just the start. The way you held that sword, the way you swung it, that's textbook S4 training. Warte mal, hab ich das gesagt? Ach so. Okay. Well, but of course, Jack. I was an agent at the agency, same as you. Is this why you are here? Did they send you after me? A freaking cleanup operation? Don't be silly, Jack. Even the agency is not crazy enough to do so. As long as you continue doing your silly private detective gig and don't defect to another nation, the agency has no interest in starting a war with you. What is it do you want then? Me? Well, I'm here for the same reason as everyone else. I'm here to bury the past and seek a path to a brighter tomorrow. Not just for me, but for everyone else in this world. And that path starts with killing you. With killing the devil responsible for the death of millions of people. The Mad Butcher of Arak. Arak. I looked down in complete horror at the mention of that word. The masked man took advantage of the opportunity and charged at me with incredible speed. What the hell is happening to me? Why can I not move? I'm completely paralyzed. He played me like a fiddle. He thought I left my past behind, that I faced my sins head on and charted a new path in life. Away from all the suffering, away from all the pain. But I was just lying to myself. I was deluding myself and ignoring the bitter truth that was staring me right in the face. All it took, all that was needed, was the mention of one word, of one sentence, and my whole conviction, my whole resolve fell apart. Jack! The masked man shouted at the top of his lungs as he swung his sword at my head. Perhaps it was the adrenaline rush that finally kicking in, or the sight of a sword coming down my neck, but I finally managed to lift my sword. I lifted my blade to block the attack, but all that I managed to do was deflect it. The masked man's blade cut through my right eye, tearing it to bits. I fell to my knees in anguish. Freaking embarrassing. Even after all these years, you're still a prisoner of your own past. You look down at the people of this village, calling them cowards for running away from their past, yet you're worse than them all. At least they acknowledge their mistakes and seek a better future. You simply live on as if nothing happened. As if your crimes and sins were simply unnecessary backstory. The masked man spoke as he walked and stood behind me. You're not a devil, Jack. The devil is evil, yes, but he is also known and predictable. You're not. You are deceitful, arrogant, and a hypocrite. You're a freaking monster. Ugh! The masked man swung his blade, this time decapitating my left foot. He then picked up my foot, removed the ankle bracelet from it, and threw my foot away. Don't worry, Jack. You won't be alone in hell. I'll send your partner right after you. Olivia! No, no! Don't! Farewell, Jack. Enjoy your long and painful death. The masked man then wiped my blood off his sword and walked away with his hands in his pockets. I let out an anguished scream as I tried to stand back, but immediately lost balance and fell to the ground. No! Olivia! Olivia! Crawl. I gathered all of my strength and crawled forward. No, leave her alone. Crawl. Olivia! I'm coming, Olivia. Crawl. Live. So. D.
I finally found you.
Athena? I tried to move my body, but my muscles refused to obey.
It's okay. It's okay. Your mission is over. Your job is complete. You don't have to fight anymore.
Olivia.
Don't worry about her. Don't worry about anything. The past, the present, the future. None of that matters anymore.
My eyes feel heavy.
Go ahead. Close them. I'll be right here by your side. I'll be right here the whole time.
I closed my eyes at the sound of Athena's comforting words. I could feel her fingers running through my hair as her tears soaked my cheek.
Even if the whole world turned its back on you, I'll never leave your side. Even if the whole of humanity stood against you, I'll never walk away. You're not a demon, Jack. You never were. To me, you're an angel. My angel. And you will always be my angel. No matter what anyone says, no matter what anyone does, you will always be. My dearest father.
What? Ending C. Okay, wir haben Ending B irgendwo übersprungen. Aber da kommen wir, glaube ich, dann auch nochmal hin. Aber nicht mehr in dieser Folge. Denn hier machen wir erstmal wieder Pause. Ja, nächstes Mal werden wir dieses Spiel wahrscheinlich zu Ende spielen. Mit allen anderen Enden, die es noch gibt. Wie viele das auch sein mögen, werden wir sehen. Aber ja. Hier gehen wir erstmal back to title. Ja, das war der erste Teil von Intruder. Nächstes Mal geht's dann weiter. Und ja, bald wird die Null Serie dann auch ein Ende finden. Mal sehen, was bis dahin noch so passiert. Aber ja, ich hoffe, es hat euch bisher genauso gefallen wie mir. Und ich bedanke mich wie immer fürs Reinschalten. Wünsche euch allen noch einen wunderschönen Abend, eine wunderschöne Nacht. Oder wann auch immer ihr dieses Video sehen solltet, einen wunderschönen Tag im Allgemeinen. Und dann bis zum nächsten Mal bei der Null Series. Bis dahin. Bye, bye.